What's up, everybody? Pinche Ben here, and today we got a special one for you. We're sitting here with Brandon McDow of Tejas Hunt Club and Bar MC Media. He's also the marketing director at Silencer Shop, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to dive in talking about hunting, fishing, filming content, posting content, editing, you name it. We're just glad to have another fellow podcaster in studio with us. Let's dive right in. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cast&Blast podcast. I'm your host, Pinche Ben. Joining me is my co-host,
Nasty Jim. That's me.
And today we have a special guest with us coming in from, well, we're still in Central Texas, aren't we?
Yeah, still in Central Texas.
Well, we're going to call it long distance.
Yeah, he came in a long ways, and we got Brandon McDow from Tejas Hunt Club and Bar MC Media.
I like it. You actually, you're probably one of the first people that I've not said it to, and you actually pronounced it right.
Which part?
Bar MC Media.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Most people are, because my last name is McDow, right? So most people will think like, oh, it's Bar Mech Media. That's what I get most of the time.
Bar Mech Media?
And I'm like, no, it's Bar MC Media. Like, yes, it is taken from the MC because my wife's maiden name was McElya. So it's McElya.
Okay.
So both of you guys are Irish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Most people don't get that either.
Yeah.
But they're like, wait, your last name's Irish? I'm like, yeah.
Y'all ain't like clans that are not allowed to hang out and...
No, I don't think so. I hope not. They'd be a little mad if we were.
Yeah.
That would be cool. We need to look that up.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
Haven't found out yet.
Well, cool, man. We're glad to have you here, man. We've been following you on social media. You know, you got an outstanding Instagram. You have a YouTube channel that's I just can't get enough of. I mean, we'll get into that, but you know, the things that you guys are doing around the fishing and hunting world alone, there's other things going on your YouTube channel, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But you know, it was just something I wanted to, I made a phone call to you and I said, hey man, game respects game, and I just can't give you enough kudos for, you know, what you guys are doing. Because I know the grind. I know how much work goes into, you know, just posting a video.
Yeah.
I mean, some people don't get, you know. And
Ben sent me, I'm just chilling at the house of my recliner one night. Phone dings, you know. Text message from Ben, and he's like, bro, check out this Tejas Hunt Club joint, you know. And I was like, all right, let me check it out, man. So we went to YouTube, Insta. We started checking out all your stuff, like he was saying. Super organized. Really cool content, and Ben's like, I got to get this guy on the phone. I was like, yeah, do it, man. Let's get him down here, and then bam, there you are. It's cool.
Yeah, dude. I'm happy to be here. I appreciate everything y'all are saying and inviting me on the podcast. You know, it's cool when you can go, like I said, we have our own podcast as well, but it's cool when you can go and sit and talk with new people and, you know, just kind of shoot the shit like we always do. But I just really appreciate y'all letting me be a guest of y'all's.
And to find out that you're kind of local, you know what I mean? That just opens the door to,
well,
you got so much room for activities.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And that's kind of what opened. We were kind of on the hunt for somebody in the local-ish area that also has an outdoorish podcast.
Yep. Yeah. And I mean, my wife and I have lived in Burnett for going on a little over 2 years now. So my day job, because as we know, this podcast game and this video and YouTube game definitely doesn't always pay the bills.
Yeah, not yet. It's not paying any bills.
We got to have day jobs and stuff, but my day job is I'm the marketing coordinator for Silencer Shop. So we're the largest NFA silencer distributor. I'm losing that word right now, but distributor in the nation.
Man, you've been working all day. You're allowed to stumble across a word or two.
Yeah, I have, but yeah, so I'm the marketing coordinator there. I handle a lot of the event stuff, patches, swag, social, shoot some video and photo too, B camera. We have a pretty awesome team, and I love working with those guys. I mean, it's hard work, just a lot of different stuff going on.
I bet some cool ass perks come with it, though.
But exactly, that's where I was getting there.
Yeah.
It's some cool stuff that we get to do and we get to create. So yeah, big shout out to the marketing team over at Silencer Shop.
Silencer Shop, man. That's the place. I've been saying that when I retire, or I was like, I'm gonna go to a place where I can enjoy the discount. You know, if you're a DIY guy, you want to work at Home Depot.
Sometimes it's more about the perks than the dollar you make. You know?
So quick story about that. When I took this job at Silencer Shop, I didn't own any suppressors, and at that time had a like $400 like plastic AR that I bought just because it was on sale. Okay, so I was not the AR guy. I was not into all that kind of stuff. I thought it was cool. I just hadn't had the opportunity to jump into it yet.
Hadn't prioritized the money for it.
Exactly. So I start working at Silencer Shop, and they start talking about, hey, man, these deals are, like, pretty cool. Like, it's just you use your Silencer Shop email, and you email the company and be like, hey, do you have, an industry discount or anything like that? And it could be from, we can give you free shipping to, like, we'll give you stuff for free, kind of, But we get on, and they talk to me about Arrow, because they're like, dude, you don't have any ARs? Like, you got to buy a can, you got to get an AR, you got to build something. And I'm like, cool, dude, I'll build a 300 Blackout, because I had a Ruger American Ranch rifle, which is like my rifle that I've hunted with.
That's the ranch rifle, yes.
Yeah, the Ruger American Ranch and 300 Blackout, and I bought that gun because,
the Texas Special.
Yeah, because it was threaded, and I wanted a suppressor, because I knew about 300 Blackout and how quiet it was and all this stuff. But
I want to come back to that gun in a minute.
Yeah, but then I get into it like, well, it's real hard to get a suppressor, which comes full circle back to Silencer Shop, right? So I'm going to build a 300 Blackout. And they're like, yeah, dude, go on Arrow, email so-and-so, they'll cook you up with the industry discount. And I'm looking at stuff, and I'm like, golly, like, this is kind of expensive. Like, not expensive, but, like, I'm going to have to save up
I'm going to go ahead and back you up on that.
I'm going to have to talk to the wife about this.
Yeah, like, these are going to have to, like, be a couple months savings. And he goes, okay, here's your discount. Just log in with your email, and everything will be discounted. And I log in with that discount, and I'm like, oh, no. Like, it is a discount good enough to be, like, where you were thinking maybe 3 or 4 paychecks, we're going to get one of these. Well, no, 3 or 4 paychecks, and we can get 3.
Yeah, bro.
It's one of those that's going to make you rethink calling in. You're like, nah, shit, I'm not calling in. I'm going to work.
I'm going to work for sure.
Hell
because
yeah.
I'm getting this. And I wound up buying like 4 or 5 lowers, and then I built out a 300 Blackout. I bought a complete upper, built out the 300 Blackout, because I did it piece by piece, because I wanted to build an AR, but I didn't want to do the whole thing myself.
Yeah.
So I built the lower for the 300 Blackout, and then bought the complete upper, and then my 6 arc that I just
Six
finished
arc.
up.
That's a flex.
The 6 arc I just finished. I did the whole upper, so I bought the BCG.
Such a versatile
and
such
then
a versatile
the barrel,
caliber.
the gas block, and all that, and put it all together, and then did the lower too. But like, I wanted to do it piece by piece in different guns.
What do you enjoy more, the Blackout or the 6 arc?
Well, I
know it depends.
I think I'm gonna enjoy the 6 arc a little bit more. I haven't really shot it yet. I finally, like I said, I had to piece it together and then get a scope. And then the scope I didn't really want. Then had to buy another one and then get a different size mount. It was a whole process to build this gun.
Yeah.
But it was, looking back on it, like it was pretty fun to do. But I think the 6 arc, just because of the versatility. But I've shot some things with that 300 Blackout. And
So
it's kind of more sentimental.
you called it your ranch gun. We always rolled around with ranch gun. We both used ours were both 30-06. That was our 30 caliber bullet though for a ranch gun. And you had that 300 Blackout. That's why I was asking. It's like it's a 30 caliber bullet is like, to me, and I'm not saying, I mean, pretty much in 300 Blackout, 30-06, when I'm in parent rounds, whatever. We won't get into all that. But a good 30 caliber bullet, you're not going to find a better ranch gun.
No, not at all. And I think I liked it because it's super quiet when I put my suppressor on it now. But like, even before I had a suppressor, like like, it was just a great gun. Like, it didn't take that much work to sight it in. It didn't take that much work to, like, kind of figure out how far I could shoot with it and everything. And then, I mean, I haven't missed with it. I've knock on wood. I haven't missed with it. And it's just like, it works. Like, I put it back in the case, and then I pick it up, and it just goes. It performs. Shoot. Exactly.
Yeah.
And now, like I said, I have the suppressor on it. It's even sweeter.
Hell yeah.
Man, do you find yourself when you're building ARs and you're going, have you ever gotten in the middle of a project and then like said, dang, I think I went the wrong route?
Yep.
It sounds like it just happened.
Yeah. With the 6 arc, definitely.
Yeah.
It sounds like I did. For the most part, like the meat and potatoes of it, I really didn't like have to change much. But like the scope, the biggest thing for me was like trying to figure out what scope I wanted to put on there.
Yeah. What'd you go with?
I went with Zero Tech. It's their new Thrive HD, like 1-10. So a LPVO. At first, I really wanted to do like a 3-18 because I was like, I'm going to shoot long distance.
I'm going way out there.
Yeah, I'm going to go way out there. I really want to do long distance stuff. So then I bought a 3-18 and I put it on there. And honestly, it just didn't look right to me. Like the scope looked too big for the gun. Yeah. And was it? Probably not, but just it was my preference, and it's my gun.
Hey man, you got to tote that. You got to tote that son of a bitch around. You know what I mean?
So
it's like
it's yours.
Jimmy's got a Hog Slayer on one of his rifles, and it looks ridiculous, but it's a great freaking scope. You know what I mean? So
good low light, big 56 millimeter.
Yeah, if you like it, and then roll with it. I'm not saying you shouldn't put a big scope on. It's just like for me, for that one, I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then I was like, man, I really want to do like a 2-10. Well, then of course, I got all these stipulations to the 2-10. I wanted to be first focal plane, and I wanted to be real short, and I wanted to not weigh that much. And I'm like looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, to do that, Brandon, you're gonna have to spend $1,600 plus on a scope. And I'm like,
do you subscribe to your glass should be 3 times the cost of your rifle?
No.
At that point, your glass outperform
For me, that glass will always reach further than I can shoot.
Yeah, it'll outperform. So if you don't match the gun with the scope, one is going to outperform the other. And I think that's what you were getting at, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like, am I really going to shoot long range? I want to. I want the opportunity to, but I can shoot long range if I'm good enough. And I put in the practice with a 1-10 out to pretty far distances. Yeah. If you put in the work to learn how to, do it correctly, which you should be doing. But I didn't like the way it looked with the 3-18. Couldn't find a 2-10, and then I had a buddy of mine that works for Zero Tech, Brett, and he was like, "Hey man, you should check out this 1-10." And I'm like, I've looked at the LPVOs. I don't really like them, and I'm like, oh, they don't have like the reticle that I want or something or anything like that. And he's like, okay, but just check this one out. I was like, all right, it's first focal plane, cool. It's illuminated. Even better. It's a 1-10. So I'm like, am I going to use 10 power? Maybe not, but it's still there. And it was real short, light. And I'm like, I think I like the reticle. That's good. I'm like, we'll try it out. So that's what I wound up going with for the 6 arc.
So you just mentioned another perk of your job, and that's just knowing people within other branded companies that you're like, yeah, I call my buddy over here at, X, Y, and Z. And then they can hook it up.
Man, that should be everybody's goal in this industry is to network to where you can be, at your fingertips disposal of, reaching out. Even the big names,
you
they
almost
do it too.
have to.
You have to.
This industry, I've learned, my boss, Elliot, he's our CMO at Silencer Shop. He's like, dude, and I've learned it before too, this industry is real small. Mm-hmm. If you're an a-hole, if you're not nice,
that name will get out quick.
It'll get out quick, and everybody's going to know. It's not going to be like you can really hide. I'm not saying you should take advantage of people or anything like that, like by being extra nice to this, but like just being a good person will get you a long way in this industry.
That's true.
A very long way.
And there's a lot of a-holes out there. There's a lot of – that's one thing I think Ben and I both agree on. We,
maybe one thing that we agree on.
Yeah. Grew up hunting, fishing, and then we started what we're doing now. And we didn't have a clue of the assholes we all seem like-minded, cool people. We're all on the same team.
Yeah.
Until you're in my way. Mm-hmm. And
it shouldn't be that way, man.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. But I think it all kind of comes from, like, if you go back and look at the outdoor industry and like where it's gone, well, not where it's gone, but where it's been, it was all TV money, right?
Oh yeah.
So there was only so many spots that you could really fill on TV shows, and there was only so much, sponsorship money out there to get. So, like, it was a lot of...
You felt like it was a competition instead of it felt like everybody can eat.
Yes.
And then in the early days, too, most of the people were self-filming with the big cameras and stuff, trying to get their name out there, like Midwest Whitetail.
But, man, I got to hand it to the OGs, man, because, like, if you think about it, like the Mike Waddells, the Jimmy Houstons, the guys like that, dude, they were doing it for 20 years before they got a break, and they are now, the biggest names, and they're filthy rich, and they got sponsors.
But
galore.
they started doing it for the love
They
of
started
Exactly.
somewhere.
You bring up Michael Waddell, him and Philip Culpepper. Mm-hmm. Both of those guys started out at, I can't remember if it was like Masioc or, Primos, or I think it was Primos, one of them companies down there, but they started out sweeping floors.
Yeah, or guiding for like,
and
$50 a pop.
And running cameras and stuff like that. Like, and not like the cameras we're running now, like the big ones with tape that was not an easy job. And it wasn't as Instagram cool to be a hunting videographer or photographer as it was like definitely
like now
not back
that
then.
all three of us are super famous, you know what I mean? It's like we gotta beat them down with a stick,
Yeah, exactly. But like those guys put in some work. So like I always laugh when I hear people talk about that. Like, what do you expect? You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to get better. You're not. I mean, you start out hunting like public land or like whatever it is. It's like you're not supposed to hunt that your whole time. Like I always think like hunting and fishing is kind of a progression. You start out, you want to kill something, right?
Yeah.
And then you get a little better, and then you want to kill everything.
I think everything you go from numbers or from quantity to quality.
Exactly. And then you go through, you want to kill certain animals and big ones too. And then you get to, like, if you're in the industry, like Michael Waddell, okay, so think about it like this. These guys that spend all this money, the juries and all them, they've made money in the industry, but then they've also turned around and bought properties and built them out that might have got bought by a developer and could be a strip mall right now.
Yeah.
And they're putting their own money into that. And, like, I don't think people think about that either.
Or how much money they lost along the way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at, all three of us could count and say, hey, that wasn't a wise investment, or this wasn't, this didn't pan out.
My wife might see this.
But you know what I'm saying, though, is that
we've all, I mean.
We're if you scale it, right?
Yeah.
And you go relative to, like proportional wise, and say, hey, I'm sitting here spending hundreds of dollars where those guys are spending thousands and hundreds of thousands.
Yeah,
perspective.
They're not all home runs, bro.
Now, to hunt, you don't have to spend the amount of money that most of us hunters do spend. No. You don't have to.
Yeah, you do.
But
yeah, you do. Hold on. Time out. Get the camera. Let me take the camera. Stop. All right. Let's settle this here and now. We want to start debates.
Let's go.
Let's debate right now. All right. I've been wanting to stab you in the back every time you say you don't have to spend a lot of money. Listen,
we all do, but you don't have to.
I want to stop anyone right now from having the argument. Meat's free. It don't cost a lot to fill the freezer. Guys, what's free about the camo on your back, the rifle in your hand, the glass, the rifle you just built, the trials and tribulations of getting that rifle set right, the amount of ammunition you put in at the range, and I will quote Brandon, there is no off season. Range days are required.
Yeah.
That is true.
You have to get proficient with your weapon. You have to get proficient with your gear, and it costs money.
It does.
It costs money, but I will say yes. I mean, we're gonna lie to our wives. Our wives ain't watching.
You didn't ever hear me say the word free.
There you go.
Once,
I just hear it a lot though. How many times have you seen it on social media? Hunting's free.
No, it's not
Yeah,
free.
hunting's free, bro.
Yeah, it's not free.
The cost of fuel right now to fill my truck with diesel just to get to the land is going to cost me.
Mm-hmm.
To be real, the amount of deer that you can take on in a season, if you do it cheaply, will way outweigh the cost of the meat that you would have to buy. Now, it comes with work. If you take it to the processor, well, there goes your profits.
Yeah.
Every bit of it. You know what I mean?
I will say this, though.
It comes with work.
What is the memory? What is the
Priceless.
memory of going to the meat market and getting, a slab, some steaks and all that? Where is the intimacy? Where is the connection? You don't have that. You don't have the memory at deer camp. You don't have the memory at deer camp. You don't have none of that. You don't have those good times, those laughs, those cold beers after them victory beers
victory
after
beers.
a harvest.
Yeah.
Someone's sitting there complaining about how long you're taking to skin that deer, and they're not lifting a finger to help you out. All that's gone when you go to the meat market.
Yeah.
But you get that
It's
in the hunting experience.
It's
man.
the grinding, the deboning and grinding. I'll skin and quarter. Well, hell, we do it all the time. I'll skin and quarter a deer real quick and easy. It's the deboning and grinding.
Yep.
I don't like it.
I don't like that part either.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and I think everybody, hang on. Put my beer down. Take the camera. I think everybody's different, man. There is a journey for every outdoorsman, right?
Yeah.
There's people who I'm a sport angler. I just catch and release.
Yeah.
I'll never freaking skin or scale the fish, or I'll never, gut one and, take it and have to worry about, if there's worms in it, if it's too big and this and that. I don't have that experience because I toss them all back. There's that kind of angler. There's that kind of hunter. I don't want to have nothing to do with the process and everything. I'm the opposite. I'm the guy who wants to take it from the field to the table, and then kind of give it to my family and see their reaction and kind of see what they like. But I want to be part of the process from beginning to end. It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of
work. And it becomes so tedious. But at the end, I feel like it's so rewarding.
It is.
So
more
I get where
rewarding.
you're coming from. Like, you've done it so much that you're like, I find no interest in that anymore.
I like two things about hunting. I like to hunt the animal. That's my favorite.
Well, you do it in a way where there's a thrill to it.
I love the hunt and I love to eat it. Anything else in between, I'm not a fan of.
Really?
Yeah.
See, and I'm the opposite, man. I love to sit there and put my knife to the meat, man.
Yeah, I like. It depends what kind of mood I'm in.
Okay.
That's fair. That is fair.
I like
To
that.
me, like,
It's very honest.
so I want to know how to do it.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I also like eating really, really good food. So, like, I can go to a certain meat processor where they make tamales. Like, am I going to take the time to make tamales? No. So they can have this to make this for me.
And I make
like
tamales.
Yeah, but like my back straps, tenderloins, those are going home with me
I'll take those. Yeah.
for sure. And then like if we want to keep like in the neck too, I'll keep neck, make like neck roast.
Very,
stuff like that.
very, what's it called? Underused or underrated?
Yeah.
Underrated part of
And
the animal.
probably one of the easiest things to cook because like
Stew.
if you exactly like
Yeah.
you cut it and if you shoot a buck with a big neck or like a big doe or something, just cut it in the size of your crock pot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
That's what we.
Yeah, we tell everybody. So when you're guiding and you're putting people on hunts and they don't know what to take. Everyone hears, what do they hear, Jimmy? Backstrap and
Backstrap preacher meat. Let me get those inner loins and
Yeah.
backstraps.
there you
And
go.
they're
And you're like,
oh,
man,
you
there's so much meat on this animal. You're letting a lot go. I will say this: here in Texas, there's not a lot of meat around the ribs. I'll give you that. But that still fills a little Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a couple pounds.
Hey, your
It's
dog,
getting
that-
around.
you get that leg
your
meat.
dogs will love it.
What
Yeah.
what do we love to do with that
Facts.
leg meat, Jimmy?
I'll gnaw on it.
That ossobuco.
Oh,
That
yeah,
ossobuco.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
do throw down some ossobuco. Get
So-
them shanks.
So then you got the neck, and a lot of people just like, nah, I'm good, man. I'll just take the backstrap and
You ever take the
quarters.
neck? I mean, you can flay that neck out till it's flat, right?
Yep.
Brown that joker on both sides real good. Like you said, throw it in the crock pot, slow cook it after you brown it. You're not going to find a better cut.
No, and I love cooking. Like I grew up with a family that cooks. Everybody cooks. It's not like like my mom just cooked or anything like that. But like everybody cooks, and everybody has their kind of special thing. Like my aunt in San Antonio kind of has like the seafood kind
Oh,
of
that's
deal.
cool, yeah.
And like gumbo and stuff like that on lock. And then like my mom made like Mexican food and enchiladas and nachos, and that's kind
Dear
of what her deal
nachos
is.
for life.
Yeah.
So nobody's making that shepherd's pie for the Irish descent.
No. We had goulash. That was probably the
That's pretty
closest.
close.
That was probably the closest thing. But
Yeah.
like, I mean, just like I love cooking, so
think
I
that's
like having
Scottish.
good food.
I think that's Scottish.
Close enough.
I've
man.
seen both. I've seen both when I
Tomato,
looked it up.
tomato.
Haggis is definitely Scottish. We'll leave that one. Have you had haggis?
I have.
Were you impressed?
No.
Do you know what a haggis is?
I don't.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
So haggis is.
All right, we'll stop you there. Nobody knows what a haggis
I know what haggis is.
is. No.
My roots, I know what haggis.
Okay, tell us what a haggis is.
I think it is.
See what I'm saying, dude? Nobody knows what a haggis. It's this mythical creature
No,
that
yeah.
nobody's ever harvested.
No.
I think haggis is basically like rice, rye, oatmeal, something like that, some kind of grain, and then it's mixed with organ meat, chopped up, minced up organ meat, spices.
Okay. So it's
Fried
dirty.
up.
So it's dirty rice.
That's what it sounds
It's-
like. Jambalaya.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, it's is haggis and Scrabble the same? Scrabble,
Oh, dude, I think you're talking about a board game, bro.
No.
Scrabble?
No, I know what you're talking about. It's something like that.
No, haggis is a meat.
Right, but I think it's organ meat.
So it's like gizzards.
Yeah,
And mixed up.
All
all
this-
different organs.
What is a gizzard?
it's coyote bait, man.
What's it? Have you had
Coyote
gizzards?
bait.
Are you
Oh,
a
yeah.
gizzard fan?
Yeah.
I love gizzards.
I love
Jimmy
fried
don't mess
gizzards.
with them.
I don't.
I love
I
gizzards.
don't do organs.
Really?
But where does a gizzard?
Not a single one.
No heart.
No
no
heart-
liver.
Oh my god.
Dude,
No.
the heart
The
and the
heart,
liver?
heart tacos.
No,
Bro.
you can have it, man.
Heart
It's,
tacos.
He don't do it.
I leave it for everybody else to enjoy.
I got you.
It's so earthy. It's
I
so
don't-
good.
Deer liver is a little different.
It's earthy.
Yeah, but like
It tastes like a
Like-
copper penny.
calf liver, like liver and onions. That I love,
I love
that.
that.
But yeah, I'm big on organs.
Pause.
Deer organs. Deer organs. Deer organs.
I got you.
Deer
I got you.
And animal organs.
Yeah. Hey,
after
I'm gonna
I've
say this.
harvested them.
We're getting off subject here, but what is the subject? We're just talking, guys.
Yeah.
But check it out. I think gizzards, heart.
Yeah.
Have you had mollejas?
Yes.
What they call sweetbread.
Yep.
No,
When I say they, I mean anybody other than my folks down in South Texas. Mollejas, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Come
know we
on,
talked
sweet-
about
It's
it.
so
We
good.
talked,
Bro,
some
you brown
pancreas.
that, and you throw that on.
You're talking about what is haggis? What is that?
Yes,
It's
I think we talked about this.
yeah,
I don't
I
know
think
if
we
it's
looked-
pancreas
yeah, I think it's
or
like a
it's
pancreas.
I want to say it's a hodgepodge, as they say.
It's literally some shit you should not eat. It's not for human
Bro,
consumption.
half of the delicacies that Mexicans have turned into, like, fajitas, mollejas, what else?
pozole.
Oh, cheek and all that
Oh,
stuff. Like,
that's
that.
normal. That's normal.
Hold on. All that was scraps that, like,
Yep.
ranchers down in King Ranch
Right,
and all that
right.
stuff, like in South Texas, were like, they were just watching people throw that away, and they were like, we can make a meal out of this. And now it's the most expensive cut.
Yeah, people love it. Lobster was the same way.
Blood sausage, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You can keep all that shit.
Chorizo.
Chorizo. I mean, I
dude.
throw down. The normal.
That's
stuff.
the one thing I can't process on my own yet. That's the one thing I haven't done successfully, at least.
Chorizo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done everything else that that I enjoy.
Well, we didn't go pig hunting. Keep trying.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Hey, talking about pig hunting, Brandon.
yes, sir.
Let's pivot here. Let's go into you. Obviously, you wing shoot, you turkey hunt, you pig, whitetail.
If it has a season, I'm probably chasing
If
it.
it's brown, it's down. And if it hops, it drops. And if it flies, it dies. I love it.
Yeah.
You,
That's my biggest problem, honestly.
what's your first love?
I'm jealous of the guys that have like one thing that they're stuck with, and that's
Yeah.
all they do.
Yeah.
Because I love every single thing. Like at some point, one way or another, I like doing it. I guess starting out, like, man, I don't come from a hunting family. Like, nobody in my family hunts but me. That is it. Now I got some cousins now that want to start trying and everything,
cool.
right?
It's fun.
But that was it. I mean, I grew up watching the Druries. I grew up watching outdoor TV when it came on TNN, like all that kind of stuff. I mean, my grandpa, he I mean, I think he shot some deer, but he wasn't a big hunter. But he passed away when I was pretty young, so I didn't get to hunt with him or anything like that. But it's just kind of where I grew up, where that was the normal. Like, I grew up in Goliad, Texas. A lot of people, you think about, remember the Alamo and San Antonio and stuff, but it's also the Goliad Massacre is pretty big part of
Beautiful
Texas,
mission down
Texas
there.
history. Yeah, I always say it's one of the coolest places in the world to grow up. You're 45 minutes from saltwater, and you go west, you're in the South Texas brush country.
Yeah.
It's like right where it meets, and it's just a cool place to live. I mean, there's a lot of small towns around there. Most of it's cattle ranching and farming, agriculture. So I grew up with hunting and agriculture.
In the industry, the hunting industry in that area of Texas is huge.
That's the Mecca.
That's
the
the
Mecca.
industry.
Yeah. I mean,
that area.
at one point in time, George W. Bush used to hunt in Goliad County. They had a ranch in Berkeley that they leased. Like, a lot of people, there's the Wexford in Goliad County that a lot of the hunting shows, when they're like, we're in South Texas rattling bucks, was filmed on the Wexford Ranch down there in Goliad. And Kai Booker, his wife was the Kai that ran that ranch and still does. His wife was a substitute teacher, so she used to, like, during the school year when she would substitute and stuff, we'd be like, oh, what's Mr. Booker hunting today? What did they kill this morning, or what did they get this afternoon? And she would show us pictures and stuff like that. But, like, it's just, you grow up in that area and you hunt, you fish, you probably ride horses, you do something in the outdoors. I mean, I grew up doing that kind of hauling hay. Like, we'd be out there in the morning and you get to see bucks. You get to hear bobwhite quail. Like, not as much, but, like, every now and then you would hear one. Like,
There's definitely more quail down there is up here.
That's what I was there's almost zero quail around here.
Yeah.
Almost zero.
You go down there, it's a different story.
But it's a different story down there. And, like, everything, like I said, 45 minutes, you go to Rockport, you go to Port A, you can go fishing. Like, a lot of my buddies, we had a lake, Coletto Creek, in Goliad, between Goliad and Victoria. And, like, I mean, it's got pretty good bass in it, but we never bass fish there. Mm-hmm. We go ride tubes and do that kind of stuff. And if we wanted to go fishing, we just go down to Rockport. It's 45 minutes, and you're in saltwater. I'd rather go catch, no offense, guys, bass fishing is cool. I get it.
Here we go.
I get it.
Yeah, I grew up saltwater fishing, dude.
Saltwater fishing's got beat, man. There's nothing in that fresh water that's gonna pull like a red, like a trout. I like catching trout. I don't like eating trout.
You haven't caught enough big catfish in.
Well, catfish, that's a different story. But we ran jug lines and did more of that kind of stuff. Like, we didn't really pole fish for catfish. I mean, we did every now and then, but, like, most of the time we just set jug lines and did that.
I never catfished until I moved out here to Central Texas.
Yeah, that blew my mind.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I never did that. Like, we did jug lines down in the Oasis River. We did all that. We fished for gar. But I grew up saltwater fishing, and down there, it's that Texas slam, baby. You're only going after reds, trouts, and flounders, man.
Yep.
And it's a food lure. Like, you're going after.
I will say saltwater fish are a much better tasting fish, hands down, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
this might be a hot take too, but bass tastes pretty good.
It does.
See, I'm glad you said that, dude.
It does. I mean,
I'm so glad you said that, because
I grew up eating them.
Yeah.
I brought home. I've brought home two. So I pretty much freshwater fish 90-10 now.
Yeah.
90% freshwater.
Well, it's location.
I'm in the middle of Texas.
Yep.
And then I get down. I'm heading down to the coast this weekend. I'm going to go get my toes in the water, right? So that's what I'm going to do. But when I transitioned from saltwater fishing to freshwater fishing, I had to learn how to fish all over again. And then I didn't understand the concept of not bringing fish home, So I brought my first bass home, and they were probably about 17 inches, I had a smallie and largemouth. Brought them home, filleted them up, fried them up. I made dinner for the family. I thought I was doing good.
Yeah.
Fried bass and French fries, like home.
Dip in some ketchup with some Louisiana.
Stuff. My family never asked me one time, when's the next time you're bringing some fish home?
Oh, yeah?
When I'm saltwater fishing, they're like, bro, you better keep stacking this up. Like, when can I get another bag of fish? Yeah. I don't understand it.
Yeah, but like I said, grew up down there. I played a lot of sports. That was most of my childhood. I mean, from all season, baseball, football, ran track, did powerlifting, all that kind of stuff. So, like, high school, I didn't really hunt that much, but every now and then I could go with a buddy or something. Like, they had some family land, and I would just go sit with them. Like, I wouldn't even have to shoot anything.
That's perfect. You're learning, soaking it in. Like
I just want to go watch. I just want to go look at deer. Even like when we were working hauling hay or working cows or doing like that. Like if we came up on some deer or something like that, like we're gonna stop. We're gonna look at them, and then we're gonna tell the landowner like, "Hey, we saw this buck over here, and he's pretty big. You should probably pay attention to that." You know.
Would you say take heed?
Take it. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I've always wanted to say that.
Take heed.
Was that you've been looking for that moment forever?
Would you say you would have said take heed?
Yeah, exactly.
I got to pause.
Take heed in that direction.
Did you see what my man just done a second ago, though? So I finished my beer. I got one down here. I'm going to open it. He's like, "Hey, you want me to open it for you?" He opens it up over there. And I was like, "Damn, he took
No,
my
I didn't
beer."
offer to open it for you. I offered to take it off your hands and beat you to it. That's all. That was what that happened. But yeah,
That's funny.
don't take it personal. It's just
I'm thirsty.
Just how it happened,
I'm
man.
just thirsty.
it's just good conversation, baby. And when good conversation happens, you crack open the cold one.
Exactly.
So Tejas Hunt Club,
Yep.
how did that come about?
Oh man, that's an even longer story. So my wife and I own a media company, Bar MC Media, like we spoke about earlier, which started from her doing photography.
Which we want to hear that part too. So yeah.
So in the rodeo industry, my wife graduated from Texas A&M. We lived in College Station for a long time. I graduated from Sam Houston State in Huntsville, eat 'em up cats. But she graduated before I did. She actually graduated college in 3 years. It took me 7. I was on a little bit longer path.
Damn, Doc. You damn near a doctor.
Without a doctorate. No, but I took some time off and worked and all that kind of stuff. So whilst we were still there, she was, going in the office and, kind of living that corporate life, right?
Yeah.
So she wanted something else to kind of, she could pour into, I guess, or get back from. So we had a lot of buddies at that time that were team roping and stuff. And we lived at a place called the Flying Ace Ranch in College Station, where it was like a boarding facility for a lot of the kids on the Texas A&M rodeo team and all that kind of stuff. So they have team ropings at that arena. So she started taking pictures there. And then a few of the people would go to other rodeos and be like, "Hey," or ropings or barrel racings or anything like that. And they'd be like, "Hey, you should call Megan and tell her to come take pictures over here." So that kind of started out. And in the Brazos Valley, she started taking a lot of pictures. Well, goes on to, she's getting opportunities to go to the PBRs and shoot those too. And then a lot of people were asking me like, "Hey, do you do video?" And I was like, well, no. And this is kind of the same time that I was starting like social media stuff, right? Like this was 2015, 2016. And I was still in college and at Sam Houston State. My degree's in ag engineering and technology. And then I got a minor in marketing.
Smart.
Yeah. I had to do something that sounded.
It took him 8 years, bro.
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
good.
I had to figure out what I wanted to do, and I wanted something that sounded cool, ag engineering and technology, but still be close to agriculture, which I grew up in FFA, 4-H, did all that kind of stuff.
You can still wear Wranglers with something like that on the wall. That's basically what he's saying.
Like I wore the blue corduroy jacket, like proudly.
The
FFA jacket. Yeah. Like anything to get out of class. I was going to do land judging, horse judging, went to state a couple years.
It turns purple after a few years.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But like all that kind of stuff, I did it. Dairy judging, chicken judging, everything. But we started doing social media stuff, and I started with her page first, which was Simply Photography by Megan, and it got a good following and it blew up. And like I said, she was going to shoot PBRs and she's got some pretty cool pictures and shot the WPRA finals in Waco and like all that.
Phenomenal videography.
Cool. Yeah. Phenomenal. And then we got this event called the Seth Brazier Memorial, which unfortunately Seth, he passed away in a car accident, but he's a pretty good cowboy and a pretty good hand. And his mom started this event. It was a timed event in College Station, and a lot of people were asking for video stuff, and they were like, "Man, I don't know about this." And Megan was kind of teaching me about it also, because with my degree, I had to write a paper on emerging technology in agriculture, and I wrote it on drones and their application that you can use in ag, and drone spraying for plants or even wildlife surveys, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So after doing that, I got my drone license. So I was flying real estate or trying to fly real estate to earn money that way and doing little drone projects and stuff like that. So I was doing a little bit of video, but just from that, and not like with a handheld camera or anything like that. So people started asking, and I was like, man, I can't afford a camera right now. But at that time, the iPhone came out, and it was the first one that can shoot in 4K.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to I called my mom. I was like, hey, because I was still on her, plan and everything. I was like, hey, we got an upgrade. I think I'm going to buy this phone. And she's like, okay, like you do it. I'm not worried about it. And so I bought the phone, shot in 4K. I bought a gimbal from DJI, and that's what I started filming with. Like rodeos, calf ropings, breakaway.
It's
team
amazing
roping,
what an iPhone will do.
all of it. And like I was so excited when I was looking at that footage editing. And like when I was doing it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But now if you show me one of them videos, I'm like, you can throw that in the trash where it belongs. Delete it, please.
Yeah.
But
I
it,
get
like we talked about earlier, like
Yeah.
it doesn't always start the way it looks now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Boy,
we
who you
started
telling?
we
Yeah.
started Bar MC Media, and we started in the rodeo industry, and we were going like pretty good because the rodeo stuff was blowing up. Del Brisby was blowing up.
Old son.
Randy Qatar. Yeah, I actually went and shot with Dale. He's a pretty cool dude.
You ain't no cowboy.
And then all that stuff was blowing up in the rodeo industry, and like there was more demand for videos and photos. So we were traveling and going, and then of course there's gonna be a point in a lot of people's lives. They're gonna be like they were doing something, and then COVID happened, so then they had to switch.
Facts, yeah.
So COVID happened, rodeo shut down, all the stuff that we had planned
Public gatherings.
out the window.
Everything.
So we're just getting going on this, and like everything shuts down.
It's like the worst time.
We had rodeos planned, like we were gonna go to like all over Texas. We were gonna make this run and all sort of kind of stuff, and it wound up going to COVID. So all my buddies we're like, what is everybody doing? Social distancing, and like my buddy's like, shoot, we're going hunting and fishing.
Yeah, that's
That's what we're gonna go do. So we're like, all right, we're gonna pack the camera while people are going hunting and fishing, and that's how we got into the hunting industry.
That's cool. COVID
From
really
that.
did bring in. So the hunting and fishing industry is, well, I ain't gonna say the industry as a whole, but hunting more than fishing was kind of dying off a little bit. More with the younger crowd than the older crowd.
Yep.
But COVID really helped ramp that back up.
Mm-hmm. I believe that too. I mean, you can look at how many license sales and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you
from
look at
around
that
time,
exactly right.
and
Yep.
like you can see all the
How
people.
many YouTube channels came up and all that
Yeah.
stuff too?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, you think about the kayak angler, the lone angler,
It
the
did.
bank angler, all that stuff. Those guys were out there just putting, a GoPro on their chest and just fishing.
Just making content.
Yeah.
And who knows where that goes.
I honestly think I think it was. We talk about the people that we lost in COVID and all that, but like COVID for a lot of people was a good thing because like everybody was used to that safety net of this corporate job that we have.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, you're not coming to work. Well, what are you going to do? And I think a lot of people were looking at fishing and hunting from the outside and being like, man, I really wish I could do that. And it's like now it's like I don't have anything holding me back from doing that. Because you said like the finance angler and like it was a lot of guys that were in corporate businesses.
Yeah.
That were like, I'm kind of tired of doing this and I'd rather be fishing and hunting. And I think I can make probably not as much money, but I can live a comfortable life.
I can make it work.
Yeah, I can make it work. And I think a lot of people did that during COVID, but like that's where we started. And it's like we started Tejas because we were so heavy into the rodeo and Bar MC Media that like the algorithm wasn't pushing out our hunting content. Anytime I could take a reel of like a big buck or something and put it up there.
YouTube didn't register that as your audience.
Yeah, like it was not performing at all. And even on Instagram too. So I was like, I need somewhere else to put this. And I was like, man, I don't really want to do like a whole brand thing kind of deal, but I was like, I need something. I'm like, Tejas, Texas, like Tejas means friends. It doesn't really mean Texas. And like all the stuff that we just created is like hunting with our friends. And it's a hunt club, kind of like giving that throwback to the traditional hunt clubs.
Yeah,
of like
So dope.
before from the South and everything
Yeah.
like that. And I'm like, Tejas Hunt Club. And then, of course, you look, and there's Tejas fencing, and there's Tejas this
There
and all
is,
that. But
yeah.
I'm like, I kind of want to make this different, right? So started Tejas Hunt Club, and it was literally just posting our hunting adventures and fishing stuff. And then anytime that I would see anybody else that I knew, I was going to share their stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, I'm pushing content, kind of, but like I just want to showcase other people's stuff. Like I have a whole page that I haven't monetized. It's called Texas Farms and Ranches. We were driving down the road one day, and I found California Farms and Ranches. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's a nice page. It was all about promoting agriculture in the state of California, which a lot of people don't know is a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I was like, I wonder if there's a page called Texas Farms and Ranches. And I look it up. Nobody's got the name. Got the name. Made the page. It is literally like when we do ag stuff, we'd post it, but it was just like there's so many small farms and ranches. And it's not like to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to ask anybody for anything, but so many small farms and ranches that started out like kind of that same time in COVID that were doing farm to table stuff, and we would share their stuff, and now their pages are freaking huge.
That's cool. That's awesome, man.
Like
that's good though.
just because to push that, anytime there was like a disaster or anything, like we use that page to share information to people just to get it out there because everybody's on their phone. I have like, I think there's like 19,000 followers
Is
on
that
there.
page still out there?
Yeah, it's still on there. We
Check
still
it out,
operate
folks. Check it out.
Yeah, Texas Farms and Ranches. I mean, tag us and stuff. We'll definitely share it. Like that's what we wanted to promote on that page. It was to do that and like to test stuff to see what performed. Like it's social media for me was like a game.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah, and like when I like can post something and it hits and I'm like, oh, that's cool. But like even when it's just information, like not all those posts are made out there to be like, oh, I want to go viral or nothing like that. But if it can, I'm looking more like for one person. I'm not trying to hit everybody, but I want to hit one person to change their mind about something. If I can get one person, I'm good. But that's kind of how that page went.
Would you say, I'm going to ask you a question. How do you measure success when it comes to being a content creator?
Oh, man, this is about to get deep.
Yeah.
Is that beer empty? Or full?
No, it's full.
Can I? Are you drinking?
No, you can grab it, man.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
I'm getting good.
Cheers.
I'm getting good.
That question, that answer to that question has changed for me a lot, for sure.
I think it will.
Because at first it was like, well, I got to get so many likes. I got to get so many this or so many views or whatever it is. And it's like, you can play that game, but you're not going to win. I mean,
There's no cheat code.
Yeah, you can design your stuff to perform. Obviously, there are metrics that you need to pay attention to.
Absolutely.
But if you're just measuring that, and that's the only thing, then
you're
you
chasing
can't do it like that.
algorithms.
Yeah, you're chasing algorithm, and it's always going to change. Like I said, it's one person.
Yeah.
So one time I had a guy reach out to me, and he was like, "Hey, man, I really like your page. I'm in like, I think he was in like North Carolina or South Carolina like that, but he was younger than me, and he was a black kid, and he was like, hey man, nobody in my family hunts, and I really like watching your stuff, and it like tells me that like, hey, I might be able to do that one day, and I was like, appreciate it, that's success.
Thank you for saying that, because that's kind of what we say. I mean, do we chase the algorithm? Do we chase numbers? Yes.
I mean, you chase metrics.
We do.
You analyze metrics. That's it.
We're reading analytics every day. We're looking to see what works and doesn't work.
100%.
So we are chasing it, but we don't measure success based off what those metrics, those analytics say.
And you don't record based off of chasing that trend or that analytic, because I think that could be the biggest mistake. Hey man, we're getting into some stuff right here. This is
Let me finish real quick. I'm just
go
saying
ahead, go ahead.
I'm just saying that we measure based off the fun we had. If we had a good time, and if we get one person to watch it, we're happy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly. And I mean, the biggest thing for me is like, okay, I like hunting and fishing. I have a son now. I plan on having more kids, hopefully, Lord willing. But I want them to have opportunity to hunt and fish. Okay, if I don't promote, if I don't stand up, if I don't do what I can to make sure hunting and fishing is there, I can't complain about it when I'm old and gray and I'm like, hey,
Back in my day.
hey, Sten, like, hey, my son's name, hey, Sten, like, how'd your season go? Well, Dad, we couldn't hunt because there's no more land to hunt, like, or whatever that is, like,
or the population of this animal is gone.
yeah. I mean, there's so many pages out there, fake, real, bots, whatever it is, that are telling you hunting is bad, fishing is bad. We need to preserve animals, not conserve animals. They are a resource. They have to be managed. Like the stuff that happens in California, the stuff that happens in Colorado. Like we say we live in Texas. Like, hey, it'll never happen here.
It's happened here.
It's happened here.
So if you listen to the biologists in the game, we have the game warden on quite often, our local game wardens and biologists, and every time we post a video or a short with them on there, it's so much hate, like you said, about the animal. Like, well, it's on my land, it's my animal. No, it's a resource. It's a state resource. It's not your animal.
Yeah.
That animal doesn't know boundaries and fences, so when it's on your land, it's going to jump over,
Mm-hmm.
If it's a high fence ranch, okay, that's your animal.
Yeah, but that is a little different with the exotics and stuff here in Texas. But like, I think people just don't understand that, like, there are people out there that absolutely hate what we do.
Yeah.
For one reason or another, somebody told them that it's bad, or they just watch too much Disney Channel and they just love animals to death.
They don't understand it.
But they don't understand it. They don't get out in nature. They don't do that. Like,
I'm not mad at those folks because they don't know what they don't know. But before you do jump up and bitch and complain about something, at least research it and know what you're talking about.
Can I add to that? Can I add to that? I'm not mad at those folks either. You know who I'm mad at? I'm mad at the people who do know better.
Yeah.
And that's
You're
the
right.
the registered hunter. That's the hunter who doesn't go and get their hunting license. That's the hunter who doesn't go and abide by conservation rules and regulations. That's the hunter or angler, right, who doesn't go and do things the right way and post content on social media that sparks negative views on us as outdoorsmen. I'm mad at those people because we owe it to ourselves as a community to be putting out something that reflects us in a good light.
Yeah.
And we can do better, and it is basically like our responsibility to represent ourselves well that way, so that we're supposed to be winning their hearts and minds.
Yeah.
Not pushing them away. Like you said, there's something told them that's wrong. Something told them we should be winning them over, man. And the way you do it is doing it the right way, doing it with, am I representing, outdoorsmen well? Am I respecting the wildlife? Am I respecting conservation? If you keep those things kind of like, as a core belief, typically you're not going to be doing anything that's going to deter them from, maybe having a conversation with you and be like, well, why is it that you chase whitetail every season? Well, there's a season because there's a reason. And
there's like anything else in life, there's a left and right limit, right? That you should pretty much keep everything in. And same thing with hunting and social media, because social media itself can have a huge impact on the perspective of outdoor recreation. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's done, in my opinion, since social media has become, such a thing. In the hunting and fishing world, like Ben was just saying, there's so many jack wagons out there. I'm guilty. I've done dumb shit before.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I'm not going to sit here and play innocent.
Man, I'm not saying I haven't done dumb shit.
I'll say this, too. I've done some things and still will continue to do some things that are perfectly legal, but I can almost guarantee you that I will not be posting a video of it on social media.
Yes, exactly. But that's part of the process that a lot of people, they understand that and they know it, but they still do it.
Yeah.
And they do it for the clout, for the whatever, But, yeah, like Ben made probably the most perfect point that we're going to have in this conversation to me is, like, I'm mad at those people that do the dumb shit and don't learn a lesson and continue to do it.
Yeah, because, and those are the ones that are, complaining that they ain't got no spots to hunt.
Yep.
And, the whole must be nice thing, you're doing this, and they got that, and I don't have that, and, well, I'm just going to shit on them because, I'm the way I am. But
I probably shouldn't say this, but I really don't give a shit at this point. I mean, for instance, we had a cowboy church down where the lease we had, right? And each year they have a huge hog hunt. And in that hog hunt, you bring in live pigs or you bring in dead pigs.
Dude, you got a way of making me laugh with sparking some memories. Dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So there was this big hog tournament, and we had a lot of hogs that we needed to get rid of, and we had this young kid come in and say, hey, man, I got me and 2 buddies. We're going to come in and just us and our dogs, and we're going to trap as many pigs as we can. And we're like, yeah, cool, man. Just come get them out. That help us help you, or vice versa, both ways. Bro, they showed up. They thought we were going to be gone. We were down guiding hunts. We were going to let them hunt pigs all night. And then, we got deer hunts the next morning to guide. So we kind of told them places to stay away from, this and that, whatever. Don't mess up our hunts. Bro, we went to check on them. What, they have 14 people?
Yeah.
They had 14 people,
14
11
people
trucks
with
and
dogs
trailers.
and all that. Nothing. There was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't what we agreed upon.
Exactly like you said. It just wasn't. That's why he didn't come back the next year.
Yeah.
Because just tell us tell us the truth, man. Tell us what you're gonna be doing.
And like for me, like you bring up like dog hunting and stuff like that. That was like my first real hunting that I got to see. Like down there in Goliad, dude, like everybody had hog dogs. Either they had hog dogs or they had trashy cow dogs, one of the two. And like a lot of guys had cow dogs and they be baying cows and like they run up on some hogs. They're gonna best believe they're gonna put them cur dogs on them and like go get them. So like. Doing all that hog hunting with dogs, that's like one of my favorite things. Like
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. I got 3 Catahoulas right now.
Is that right?
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
that you had been on the podcast with the Dixie Doggers.
Yeah,
and those
yeah.
guys, they get after it.
Yeah,
and
boars
whatnot.
and broads and all those guys.
Are you sticking or are y'all pulling them out live?
I've done both. To be honest with you, my favorite thing is to just have bay dogs and walk in and like bay and shoot them.
Yeah.
And then like let them relay and then you can go grab another, like especially if you can get on a group and then like bay them up. Pop a couple, let them run, dogs
Bam
up, and do it like that. Like that's my favorite.
You got to be in some big country though.
Yeah. But that's like my favorite thing. But you see that too, and it's like dog hunting is probably the one besides your duck dog or your upland game dog.
Apples and oranges.
Right? Those dogs, those hunting dogs, for the most part of the public are like, Oh, okay. Like you hunt ducks or you hunt quail.
Oh, yeah,
like we see it.
You get
But
a hog dog.
You
That's
get
a
a hog.
monster.
You get a hog dog. You get a bear dog. Even some coon dogs.
Coon dogs, yeah.
dogs. All that kind of stuff. And they're like, oh, you let your dogs do that? I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what they're bred for.
They're bred for that.
Absolutely.
It's in there. You get a good cur dog. It's in their DNA.
Yeah.
It is in their DNA.
So like I love hunting dogs and like we can go chase whatever it is. If we're using dogs, I'm down. But you said like that's another thing too. It's like hound hunting is one of the things that gets like looked at the hardest, and it is because it's kind of a rougher crowd sometimes.
it's a little more aggressive.
Yeah,
It's a little more intense. I don't know if
Intense.
it's more aggressive.
and two, it's because they're a lot of was guarded. I mean, like now's only the time where you can reach out to somebody and maybe get some good dogs. Like before, they tell you to kick rocks, you know. And like the guys that you needed to be listening to that were running hounds were the reason why they were those guys is because they kind of stayed to themselves or stayed to their group, and you didn't have access to them, you know, to learn how to be doing stuff the right way.
A lot of people don't understand the price point of those dogs either. A good dog.
Yes, sir.
Thousands and thousands of dogs.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of
Oh,
dollars.
yeah.
I was
Finished
listening.
dog? A finished dog?
A finished dog.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. Like especially those coon hunts too.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing for them dudes to spend 100, 150.
Get a good walker or something. Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, they're having hunts. I didn't realize this. Like I knew coon hunting was a big deal, but like I started listening to Bear Grease and Clay Newcomb and
Clay
all those
Newcomb,
guys.
man.
And they get into talking about more raccoon hunting stuff, and Dixie Doggers too. They've had some people on. But like, I mean, there's in the Midwest, any given weekend in pretty much any month, they're giving away a truck for a coon hunt.
Yeah.
Bro, what was the payout of that?
$100,000, like $50,000, like a cheap one would be like a $10,000 prize. Like those happen every weekend.
Every weekend.
That's like winning a buckle.
Yeah.
In the coon hunting world.
But exactly.
But when you're running a $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 dog, you have to win.
Oh, yeah.
You have to win those tournaments.
But you can be in the money, so
well, not if other. So the coon tournaments we hunt in, it's strictly thermal. People aren't running dogs. Those
I don't know, bro. We went on that last one, and there was what?
They would rather
60. There was 60 something, 66, I think, coons in the back of that truck.
You on a good night with a couple dogs and a good team,
Then we had a real bad night, then, bro.
Oh yeah, we had a real bad night. A thermal's not going to touch a dog, or a good
dog.
group, a good dog, or a good. You got 2, 3, 4 dogs running. A thermal's not going to touch a.
I love coon hunting,
dogs.
man.
Yeah, I do too.
I love it, but I mean, we run thermals. We get out there and we're just kind of looking and just know.
We've had a couple last 2 tournaments. Was it 2? Yeah, last.
They were so. Let me
They were
explain
rough.
something.
It was rough.
On a normal day, we get out there and you can't shake a stick at a tree without catching a coon up in the tree.
Yeah.
We went out coon hunting on a tournament, and there wasn't a coon to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
it's
how it
just
happens.
like how it happened, man.
We're calling, we're scanning, we're shot, we're doing. I mean, we're
We got
covering
green
miles
lights,
and
freaking
miles.
thermal.
Yeah.
We're getting on the ground. We're going to all the spots that we have never gone out and shined a light, never seen glowing eyes in the trees. We had an orchard that we knew that was the spot. It just did not happen.
And then we got a Polaris Ranger we break down. Then we got a Nissan, like a ranch truck with a high rack, and then we end up breaking down in that too.
God
and
dang.
we're just like, dude, we're done.
Yeah.
Let's just go to the weigh-in and shake hands,
Yep.
bro. Like that's about the best we can do.
We're just gonna go shake hands.
Yeah. That's how them tournaments go sometimes, man. I've seen it. It's happened. Like you go one weekend, you're like, oh, dude, this is gonna be the spot when the tournament comes.
But you know what? It's fun, man.
It
and
is.
That's all that matters.
Exactly.
It's fun.
Yeah. But I guess kind of back into like Tejas and everything, we started that page and it kind of started growing. Of course, I was meeting people through Instagram. Kind of that same time, 2021, I actually so you mentioned earlier I like turkey hunting. Before 2020, I did not like turkey hunting. I hated it. It was the worst thing in the world.
What?
Like when I'd turn on, like I hated when it got around to springtime and all I would hear on the outdoor channel was like I hated it.
What?
Hated turkey hunting. I went turkey hunting with some buddies one time, called them in because I grew up in Goliad. There's turkeys galore.
Yeah.
Like they're everywhere. They're pests. Like nobody really likes them. But got to finally see one come in and strut and gobble, and it flipped a switch. And I want to shoot a turkey every single year. I don't want to kill all of them. I just want to make sure that I kill one every year. Like
Good
that
man.
is it. Like I'm ate up with it. Like 2021, we had a lease with my in-laws out in Valverde County, so north of Del Rio, and we always knew like their favorite thing. Like we go out there and shoot a couple whitetails, small buck or doe, a couple does, something like that. But, like, their favorite thing was riding around at night and shooting predators. And so there was, like, no fox, no raccoons, no nothing on this place.
Perfect turkey habitat.
Perfect turkey habitat. And there were so many turkeys there.
Happy turkeys.
We go on that hunt with our buddy that kills one. And I'm like, oh, dude, we got to go to Del Rio. Like, that's what, like, last year there were so many turkeys there. We got to go back. So my wife, my buddy Jared, we all go, all 3 of us go. This is basically who I hunt with the most. My wife hunts too. Like she's been to Africa and killed sables, mountain.
Dude, you're
buck.
blessed there. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Yes and no.
Yeah, because it's 2 rifles.
It's two rifles. It's 2 sets of camo.
Yeah.
It's 2
Trust
hunts.
me, I get it, bro.
Yeah.
I can't
And then
get a
it's-
rifle
I
without her.
wouldn't change it for the world. But
And then you're sitting in the stand. You're like, you take the shot.
Exactly. Exactly. But I can tell you a story about that here in a minute. But we go out there to Del Rio, and the first morning, I mean, we're riding around finding turkeys and finding sign and all this stuff. And first morning, I was like, all right, I'm up first, so I'm gonna shoot this turkey. We
Y'all
found
done
him on
rock,
the
paper,
wrist.
scissors it?
Yeah, we kind of did, but like I was gonna go first. So first morning, we're like, all right, we found these turkeys. We found them on the roost. We sit down in the dark, We start calling to him. My buddy Jared, he started learning how to call before I did. And he was using a slate call. So he was like, called him in. And I mean, like, these turkeys came off the roost.
Flew right down to you?
Flew right down. We started calling. They kind of made their way a little bit, came in. And, like, he saw their, like, scratching on and everything. And they're blowing up and they're spitting and drumming. I'm like, this is freaking cool. And it got almost to the point that I forgot that I was hunting. I was just watching them.
How beautiful were they? You
exactly.
know? Yeah.
Exactly. Because far away, turkeys kind of look brown and dingy. But, like, once you get them up close and see all the colors that they have, it's pretty cool. But I shoot this turkey and kill it. I mean, we're all excited, having a good time. And we're like, shoot, it's barely even, like, right after, shooting time. And then, let's go hunt some more. So we go find another one and get my wife on one. And she winds up killing one that same day. So we killed 2 birds in one day. So we were there for the weekend. The next day, it was, like, pouring and rain. And, like, we didn't really hunt that much. And I was like, all right, so now we need to get I want to shoot another one. Because, like, the one I shot was kind of younger, but I want to get a better bird. So we go out again. And this one, we spent the morning, it's like spitting rain. We're like, we're going to go hunt anyway. This is like second to last day. We got to leave tomorrow. So start hunting this bird. We make him work back and forth, and he's across the creek, and he's gobbling his head off, and he's coming in. It's 2 toms there. And we finally move around. It's like a 45-minute ordeal of us moving and calling.
That's the fun. Running and gunning.
And moving and calling. And finally, we get him to come in.
It's a chess match.
Oh, yeah. And I see this turkey's head come up between, like, these 2 cactus, and it was kind of a far shot. And I just, like, put it up there and just let it eat.
Let it fly.
And wound up killing that turkey. And, like, that's, if you listen to the podcast, it's like me and my buddy Jared celebrating after that turkey because, like, it took us forever to get him killed. And then my wife wound up killing another one, and then my buddy Jared, getting him on one too. So we killed 5 birds in a matter of like 3 days.
That's cool.
So like it was like I said, there's no other way that you could like not be ate up with it.
The chess match between the two.
Yes,
it doesn't always go that way, right?
No.
Like it doesn't always
There's
go.
way more times that it goes the bird's way than it goes ours.
But when it does go that way, man, it's better than deer hunting to me.
Yeah, it's
more exciting.
It's more active and moving around.
Yeah,
and then kind of like after that, I've been talking to this guy named Tim Inslee, and he's an old calf roper, and he really liked my rodeo content, but he hunted too, and he worked for Badlands, the backpack company. Mm-hmm. And we had been talking and stuff, and later that same season, he texted me, and he's like, we were actually in South Texas hunting turkeys down there, and he texted me and said, hey, man, I just had a cameraman back out on a hunt in Nebraska. He said, is there any way you could come up here and film this? And I'm like, I've never met Tim face to face ever. What I would do is talk on Instagram. He lives in Arkansas. So that's never met this person. He lives in Arkansas. Sorry, Tim. But like that throws up some red flags. Just saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but I'm like, I'm going to go. Caleb Copeland, he owns Copeland Creative. They've produced some of the best shows out there, and I went to a class with them, and I talked to them guys a lot. Like they did Lee and Tiffany Lakowski. They filmed for Pigman. They've done a lot of big time stuff on the production side. But I went to his class, and he told me like the secret. If you want to be a cameraman, if you want to be a producer in the outdoor industry, you got to be a yes man. When people give you opportunities or you see an opportunity, you have to take it. You can't just like, I think, I wait. Is it going to work? Like, dude, if it takes $76 to get in gas to get to where you're going, and all you got is 75, put the 75 in there, and you're going to make it.
And make it, yeah.
You're going to make it. But like all that kind of stuff, and like I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll be there, Tim. And I'm driving back home, and I call my wife, and I'm like, hey, she's like, oh, you're on your way home? I said, kinda. I said, I need to come home, and I need to wash clothes, and I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Arkansas. And then I'm hopping the truck with Tim, and she's like, who's Tim? Tim Inslee. You know, I told you. I talk to him on Instagram all the time. He ropes calves and stuff. Well, he's got a turkey hunt in Nebraska. He wants me to come up there, and then we're going to get in the truck, and then we're going to go to Nebraska. And she's like, wait, what? Like, listen, I'm going to Arkansas. We do. I'm going to Arkansas, then I'm going to Nebraska.
Yeah.
So then she's like, oh my gosh, I don't know about this, blah, blah, blah. She calls my mom. My mom's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to have fun.
Call the mom.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun. That's what I'm going to do. So I wound up driving to Arkansas, getting in the truck with him,
Bro,
or
and I'm going to say
Nebraska.
this. Arkansas isn't necessarily welcoming to my folks.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is with you.
I mean, I didn't pay attention to it. I went straight to Tim's house, and we drove straight from there to Nebraska, and I didn't pay attention. That's another thing, too. Like, a lot of people, I'm not going to say a lot of people, but, like, my family members are, like,
Sketchy.
not sketchy, but, like, they're like, are you not worried about
Yeah.
going these places that you're going? I'm like, for one, it's 2025. I'm not really that worried about it.
Yeah.
For two, anywhere I'm going or anywhere I'm at, let's just say I'm
You got guns.
I'm prepared.
Yeah.
And you've been invited. That's different. Yeah.
I'm prepared. So like, if that's what's got to go down, I don't want to do that. I don't. I've got my CHL, went through all that kind of stuff. Like I don't want to ever have to go that route. I really don't. That is not my goal by having the CHL to.
Yeah, that's
do that.
Same.
But best believe.
Yes, you're right.
I have a son. I have a wife. I have
coming
a mom.
home to him.
If I'm coming home,
There you
my
go.
friends, you're not touching them.
Yep.
It's not happening. Even the people that I don't know, if we're in a Walmart, wherever, and you think you're going to do something to somebody, it's not happening. If I have anything to say about it,
I like this.
Like Coach Shrek says, anything that happens, man, anything within 25 yards of me is dying.
yeah,
Everything
and
will
it's
die.
not, and it's not on like a I'm a badass kind of deal or nothing like that. I just think as men, like that's what we're supposed to do. I mean, if you think that there's not evil out there, you're sadly mistaken.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
So that's my stance on that. But like going up to Arkansas, we didn't have any problems, but we were hunting public land. So I'm getting like thrown into the fire of turkey hunting turkey hunting public land.
Yeah.
That's
a different animal than turkey. It's a
Turkey
complete
hunt
different
private.
animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a good time. We got to, hunt some property up there that was pretty cool to see. I'd never been up there.
Do you remember what part you was at? Like what?
Southeast corner of Nebraska. So like right over the Missouri border.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's just
Heaven. Missouri's beautiful, which I didn't know
Missouri,
that either.
yeah.
But like there's rivers and stuff everywhere. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But we hunted over there, and I mean there was nothing but farmland and Mennonites, and that was about it. They make some good cinnamon rolls, though, for sure.
I lived in Northeast Kansas for like 6 years. Hunted,
Yep.
I never hunted Nebraska, but Northeast corner of Kansas, and
Yeah, it's some pretty country.
it is.
But we hunted there a couple days. Well, it's almost like 4 or 5 days we were there, but like we were having no luck. We were finding birds, but just couldn't get them to work. And the last day we were there, we actually wound up calling in a triple, and we all killed birds.
Man, what a
Hell
dream.
yeah.
I shot
The cameraman too.
I shot my bird out of the air,
Oh,
which is not a thing that really happens in turkey hunting. So like the situation was kind of like I was filming them, and of course they were there to kill. I was there to film them. If I got the chance to shoot a bird, that's what I was gonna do. But these 3 toms were working in, and there was like a hill in front of them that they could crawl up and get closer. But I was to the left of the hill, so I couldn't move. They were going to see me. So I was like, I'll hang back, and like we're doing this all through hand signals and figuring this stuff out. But like I'm going to stay here and film. Y'all crawl up. So they crawled up to the top of this hill, and these turkeys were on the bottom side of it. So they were calling, and the turkeys were kind of underneath them. Yeah, so when they came out.
Waiting on that head to pop up over the crest.
My buddy Tim shoots one. There's 3 toms. My buddy Tim shoots the first one. And BJ, who's the other guy that was with us, shoots the back one. The middle one, when he shoots the first one, takes off flying. And I'm looking at this turkey because the camera's on them. Like I got it fixed on a tripod and everything. And I look at this turkey leave, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
I could take that.
And I was like, there he's over him right there. And I had the shotgun laying across my lap as I'm filming on this tripod. And I was like, as soon as he got like right here and he wasn't over them, I was like,
Yeah.
boom, and got him. And like I was like freaking out. Like it's on the camera, like, oh my God, I shot him out of the air. I shot him out of the air. Just like, like freaking out and everything. Because I didn't tell, like kind of going back, my first like real gun experience was in 4-H. I shot sporting clays, trap, and skeet like pretty competitively through.
That explains your shot, man. I've
Junior
been watching
high.
your videos. I'm
Yeah.
like, this dude don't miss, man.
Junior high and high school, and then I wound up shooting 1 year when I was at Sam Houston State too. So like shotgun shooting, trap, clays, like that's my jam. Like we can go do that all day long.
Not me. That is not my jam.
all of it. But so like it was pretty cool for me to shoot a turkey that you're supposed to shoot on the ground out of the air.
Well, you can shoot them out of the air, just not out of the tree.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't shoot them out of the tree. That's not legal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that year really like threw me into turkey hunting pretty heavy. So like now I'm like I want to go do everything.
Turkey hunting's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So fun. There's a lot of turkeys around here too.
Yeah, I've been seeing quite a few. There's a couple places I kind of want to go knock on doors, but then I seen one that was like where they hang out the most. They put a turkey feeder like 50 feet from their back porch. So I'm like, I'm probably not going to go ask them permission to shoot one of their turkeys.
Which is weird. Right here in Bell County where we're at, there's a lot of turkeys. One county southeast from here, Milam County, not even a turkey season. Can't even take a turkey.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's just, well, actually, Bell County only west of 35. Anything east of 35.
That's right.
You know, it's crazy how that turkey barrier is, but it's all habitat.
Yep. Ground nesting birds, man. They a lot of people love them. Same with quail, but they're so hard to keep a good, population. Yeah. If you don't have land.
now with the amount of pigs that we have, there's no fur bear market anymore.
Yeah.
No bobcats, possums, coons, skunks,
Right.
everything that will wreck a nest. Back in the day, there was a market for that fur, so there was less of those animals.
Yeah.
But now there's not,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, if you really wanted to go hunting and just go hunting, if you went and knocked on doors and be like, hey, I want to kill raccoons and skunks and everything, I'm sure people would let you come do it.
If you say I want to go shoot, a booner off your back 40,
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
not happening.
no.
But you want to shoot the raccoon that's eating the booner's food? I'm down.
All
I'll
day
let you do
long.
that. Yeah.
The digital taxidermist has a different thing. But just not to wrap things up, but I want to ask you a couple questions that we've talked a little bit about hunting, and that's our passion, man. We can go for hours. But I want to talk a little bit about podcasting in the hunting and fishing world.
Yeah.
What skills would you say you've had to learn along the way to develop like your success in, crafting a fully what you consider finished video? There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes when it comes to content creating.
Yep.
And, what would you say has been the most valuable skill you've had to learn? Is it editing? Is it the logistics from getting from point A to point B? Is it, there's so much
the camera
involved.
work?
Yeah. Two answers. So if you're talking about the business side of it and actually making money, I'm still trying to figure that out.
All right. Amen.
You and us both.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. But like on that side, it's kind of just like making sure that you're being business minded.
Okay.
Trying to achieve that goal of making money with it, obviously, is like you have to be business minded. Like, I feel like a lot of people get into it because it is their passion and they love hunting and fishing. If you just want to create content just around that, that's fine. But if you want to be able to like make money off of it or even trade for different things,
pay for the lifestyle.
Pay for the lifestyle, you're gonna have to have a business mind to it.
That's fair. What do you ever go out and hunt or fish without a camera? Do you ever just say, I got to go out for me and the wife? We're going out to have a good time. No cameras coming out.
No cameras, no. But we have learned to have and set expectations. So like if I know I really want to make a video, then I'm about making the video, right? If the shot's not there, I'm probably not going to take it because I want to make the video. But say for instance, like when we went to Belize for our honeymoon, and we went fishing down there. That was like we're going on our honeymoon to go fishing.
Yeah.
whatever we get, we get. Like, we're going to bring the camera, we're going to do stuff, but I'm not as worried about trying to tell a story.
You turned the business switch off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
just want to capture what we're doing, and it's just going to be, like, real simple, and
Capture
that's
moments.
what it is. But, like, having that expectation, and I mean, we could have a whole nother podcast on about, like, working with your spouse or whatever.
Oh yeah,
on
and
that,
I love
'cause-
that, and I would welcome that. I
Because
think we're blessed to have that opportunity.
There's a blessed to have that opportunity, but like sometimes you're like, hey babe, we're talking as business partners right now. Like I'm not your husband right now. It's like that kind of stuff.
You gotta put a different hat on.
And vice versa. Like, hey, you're going on these trips and we ain't putting no money in the account, and like everything's going out right now.
You have to be checked.
Yeah, exactly. Like you
Yeah.
gotta
Checks and balances.
Yep,
There you go.
you gotta have that. Like it's gotta be there. But like
We're
I said,
each other's
just-
wives.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just having that, like I said, setting expectations on what you're trying to produce. If you want to produce something like that's the main thing for that.
I love that.
That's pretty fair, man.
You hit something that I want to kind of circle back to. You said the word storytelling.
Yeah.
How important is it to you to capture? You have something. You said set expectations, but there's a storytelling behind the vision when you're taking these shots, the perspective, the angle. It isn't just capturing B-roll.
Yeah.
There's a story you're telling along the way. How do you balance content with storytelling? Is that fair to ask?
Yeah.
But it's almost on the fly too, because it's scenario based right then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you,
Yeah.
it was for us. So
Yeah.
Is-
Like
is it
for
the
me,
same
it's
for
like
you?
I don't. If you go look at like the old school hunting model of like shooting cutaways and stuff, and like, oh, he's coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me draw back. Like none of that stuff was shot as it happened.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm so
Yes.
glad you're
Right.
saying that.
None of that
man.
stuff happened.
Yeah.
It didn't happen like that. Like yes, all those things happened.
it's like wrestling.
But it's not how it was filmed.
Yes.
Because they're not going to mess up the hunt to make sure they get that shot. Like
Insider secrets.
if the camera's facing the guy and the rifle's facing over the camera and he's like, oh, there he is, let me get on him, you can probably guess that
That deer's
post-edit.
already dead.
Post-edit. It's post-edit.
Exactly.
That deer's already been shot.
So, which, I mean, it doesn't, like I said, it's just like wrestling. Like, I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying it, but like the access of having GoPros and different angles, like that helps now to get it live as it's happening.
That's why to me, I think a lot of hunting shows are not as relevant as like YouTube, like the Hunting Public,
sure.
Shane Simpson, some of those, Dan Infeld, some of those guys that are self-filming and they're getting every bit of it. I think those have taken over the hunting video shows market.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean, like,
that and TV. We're kind of if you think about it, most of the hunting and fishing content is kind of veering away from TV.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? A lot of
yeah.
people aren't investing into that because there's less. I mean, if we're streaming TV, why would I not go into YouTube and check out that video?
There's
Yeah.
so much YouTube content
and you're
out
not,
there.
and as a producer of a person that's making the content, you're not tied to 22 minutes of a show that you got to make,
Yeah, true.
Or we didn't kill an animal.
That happens. That happens when you go hunting.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
And I promote capture that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like let's share the wins and the fails because that's the reality. How many fishing shows have you seen where, I'll go Mark Zona, you know what I mean? Just out there
Ripping lips.
right? But what you don't see is the hours of footage.
Yeah.
He had 1,000 casts before he got on a school of smallies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just kind of started ripping them all in the boat. You don't see that. And I think that YouTube allows us to share that, to show the reality behind it.
Yeah.
Well, it gives unrealistic expectations for, like you said, as a kid, I was growing up watching hunting shows and things. I mean,
Do you remember the narration?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss that.
Yeah.
They're like, Jimmy's coming across the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He don't know what's coming at him.
Dude, trailing the Hunter's Moon with Larry Weishin. Like, I got to meet him. That was pretty cool.
What?
I did get to fangirl out a little bit on Larry Weishin because, growing up, like,
did you
rattling,
shake his hand?
Oh, yeah. Rattling.
Let me touch it.
Rattling bucks in the South Texas brush. Yeah. Like, all it just, as soon as you hit the horns together, there's 18 bucks that are coming out. Just like, yes, sometimes you can hit it like that, but, like, it's really not.
You was talking about, man, this is beating a dead horse, but we just yesterday we just did a podcast about different hunting method styles, hard stands, saddles, blah blah blah, ground hunting. South Texas, how you said you hunted a lot of South Texas deer hunting.
Yeah.
How do you hunt them? Deer hunting.
Most of the time out of a blind, or if you're really lucky, you got somebody with a high rack and you can ride around and glass them and look at them.
That's exactly what we were saying.
But that's the only way you're really gonna, unless you have somebody with a dozer that just comes and cuts pristine
confirmation.
Yes,
pristine, senderos and everything else. Like, you're not gonna.
If you don't have a sendero and a feeder and a elevated stand,
you're
bro,
not finding
just
them.
stay home.
Now, we will say that, Steve Rinella has gone and filmed some South Texas hunts, and he's gone on some ranches that were built for their spot and stop.
They're tailored that way.
They were cleared, and there's trees, and there's cover, and you can get around and you can navigate it. But the reality is the majority of South Texas is brush country. You got cenizo, which is sagebrush. You got
it's not brush
claw.
It's thorn country.
Country.
You got cactus, you got yucca, you got mesquite thorns, you got everything that's willing to poke, prod, bite, sting, you name it.
So from about Central Texas north, the worst thing you got is bodark and briars, green briars.
Yeah.
And we bitch about those.
Hardwoods,
Yeah, a few cactus here and there, and we bitch about those. Those boys down in South Texas hunting are built different.
Yes, sir. Like, you got to be like, we wear long sleeve shirts even in the summer. Like, that's why. So, like, you can go through brush and stuff and not have to worry about, my T-shirt, getting your arms. I have scars on my arms from going through brush with a T-shirt.
And then you come out just shredded and bleeding and poked and,
But, yeah, it's different hunting down there. I love it. It's my favorite place to hunt.
I do too, man. It's just different, bro. Like, I mean, you got to be built different to go drag that buck out of the brush. We were talking about it yesterday. I'm gonna say this. I didn't say it on the last episode we talked about, but we talked about it off camera. I know of situations, and I'll ask you for confirmation. You've been down there a lot. We're from South Texas. We know the lifestyle. I've known people who have dropped a big buck out in the brush country, know where it's at, know where it crashed. They go grab a tractor and clear a sendero to get to it to go bring that buck out of the brush.
Yes, sir. Because we're not walking.
You're not going to go in. There ain't a Carhartt bib built to get you out of that brush, bro.
Ben was telling where I grew up hunting, North Texas, Southeast Oklahoma. Northeast Texas, Southeast Oklahoma is where I grew up hunting, and then I've hunted all over the U.S.
That's where you cut your teeth.
That's where I cut my teeth, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have that country up there. So Ben was telling me about what it's like down there, and he's like, I'm going to South Texas. You're going with me. And I was like, let's go. So we went down there, and I was like, damn, Ben, you weren't lying, bro. Like, I'm not crawling through that shit. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
So knock me if you want, but I'm sitting in a hard stand, bro.
So anybody watch this or watch our last video that says, oh, if you set up an elevated hard stand, you're a pussy. No, dude, go to South Texas.
Go down there. I mean, it's honestly.
I'm so glad we're talking about this.
Okay, so say you kill the deer, right? And you drug him out. You put him on the back of the Ranger or the buggy or whatever it is, and you get back to the lodge. And you're like, all right, man, let's hang him up. Let's skin him out.
Now you're skinning through thorns.
And now you're skinning through thorns,
dude.
Like every time you try to grab, and you're like, God damn it. Get the tweezers because we're gonna get this out, and you're just trying to reach around it. Like we killed a deer one time that landed right in the middle of a cactus flat.
Dude,
like,
it's the worst.
Right in the middle of it. And we've caught hogs in there too. Like it's.
On the flip side, though, the way I kind of grew up hunting, we had some friends from South Texas come up last last season to come hunt with us, and we're like, hey, come hunt the way we like to hunt. You know, so we went out shooting pig. Well, one of our buddies, as a joke, said, I want to shoot a pig with a crossbow at night. Come on, let's go. He's like, no, I was joking. We can't do that. And I was like, no, we can. We can. We will.
Yeah.
So we did.
Put that raven to work.
Put that raven to work. That turned into a hairy situation, but it worked.
Yeah, because we got on some pigs.
Yeah, we got on some pigs.
And they got on us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Jeremy, he was like, nah, that's good, man. That was fun, but that's the last time I'm doing that shit.
Yeah. No, I want to go travel and go hunt a lot of different places. I've been to Idaho, like I said, been to Nebraska, and been to Florida. Done all kinds of stuff, but like, if you could tell me, like, you get
let's bucket list it. What's your bucket list hunt?
My bucket list hunt is Cape buffalo or grizzly bear with a bow.
Okay, and you want to do that high fence, or you want to do that safari style?
Like safari style.
Yeah,
like real deal.
Jimmy, what's your bucket list?
My bucket list is probably a red stag in Europe with a bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, red stag.
So while you both mentioned that, I'm going to ask, we're talking about it, kind of, I threw it out there, now I want to mention it. High fence or low fence, right?
Low fence.
All right, so you guys are both here. There ain't no shame in the game, either way, right? Because a harvest is a harvest. How do you feel about high fence?
I personally, okay, so for anybody else, if you are a doctor, lawyer, whatever you are, that you make a lot of money, that
it needs to be said.
You're all in on your business and everything else, but you want to shoot an animal and you want to go to a 300-acre high fence and you want to shoot this big buck that was in a pen.
With a tag.
With a tag 3 weeks ago. You bought a hunting license. You bought the rifle. It's going back to conservation. I don't care what you do. Like, it's legal. Yeah. You do whatever you want to. I've hunted I've guided or been around people that have hunted in those operations in 300-acre pastures, and I've seen it. It is what it is. I've also hunted in high fences that were 800 acres or 1,000 acres, and they told us that there were axis in there, and we did not see one axis in 4 days. Yeah. So,
yeah, same.
I have no qualms about hunting high fence. My axis that I shot was behind a high fence. I will hunt them. Like, if you're going to offer me to come hunt a high fence deer, I'm not going to tell you no.
Right.
That's exactly right.
But I'm not going to knock people because, like, not everybody has the time to
There you go.
To do a lease, to do all that kind of stuff,
and put in the work and the time,
and like even not even just a doctor or a lawyer. Job. It is not even like the doctor or lawyer, but like, how about the guy that just like, I want to take my son or my daughter hunting.
I got 1 week in a year.
1 week in a year, and I want to make sure they have a good experience.
Yep.
I want to take them to this nice fancy lodge. We're gonna have this good food. We're gonna have these people wait on us to whatever extent they
it's
wait
still
on
a beautiful experience.
It has its place.
It has its place, and I mean. If you don't know the history on, like, people don't know the history on exotics, like, half these exotics here that people are hunting,
we saved them.
That's what I was
on this planet.
Texas brought back a lot of endangered,
especially black buck.
Black buck.
There's more black buck in Texas than there is anywhere in Africa.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that.
Guy.
There's a lot, especially those guys out west. I mean, I know you got your elk and your mule deer, and they're nice, and I get it. But like, when they sit there and like, we don't have thousands of acres of wilderness and stuff.
Yeah, we don't have the public that
walk to, you know, or drive to like 45 minutes out of Salt Lake City or anything like that. Like, one of my best friends lives in Colorado. Okay. He's a resident in Colorado. He's lived up there for a few years. Okay.
God bless him, because he don't have to pay what we have to pay to hunt in Colorado.
Yes. So I asked him, you know, if me or you wanted to go hunt an elk in Colorado, we're going to spend upwards of probably up to $1,000.
About $1,000.
Just for the tag. It's not the gas. It's not the hotel. It's not the food. All the other stuff that you got to pay for. For my buddy to go hunt an elk in Colorado, it's $45.
Yeah.
$45. All right, but that's going to take us back. Now, when I said it's not expensive, you go out in backcountry, you shoot an elk.
You're good.
The amount of meat that
you...
So you don't need camo. You need a good gun, and you need good glass.
Yeah, because I can tell you right now, the three of us right now, if we were to go to dinner we're gonna spend more than $45.
Oh,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At McDonald's.
Yeah. So I mean, like in some of these states, and I mean that's not all of them, but like it's a whole lot cheaper. Like they have access, they have different animals, they have pronghorn and stuff, and like
They have public land that they don't have to get a lease.
exactly. So I mean, but there's also the opposite of where like how good is the public land? How good is
How
the hunting?
pressured is it?
How pressured is it?
Yeah.
What kind of caliber of animal are you hunting? Like all that kind of stuff. Like yes, I want to go hunt public land, but I don't want to walk up and get on top of a knob and everything that I glass is hunter orange and not a deer.
You get the
or an
orange
elk.
army out there.
Exactly.
That's
So
the bad thing on public land. The orange army
That's
is
the
out
bad
there.
thing about having access. Everybody has access to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's give and take on that. But on the high fence, low fence deal,
If you hunt public land enough, you will learn how to use those people that are out there in your advantage.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing.
you can do that too.
Yeah, but typically you got to get out and hit. You got to get out and put a lot more miles and do
do.
all that. But I mean, that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean?
You got to be a little more roadworthy than what I
Yeah.
probably am right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as the high fence, low fence deal, I don't care.
I don't
can hunt-
subscribe to
we
it
can,
either, man.
We can hunt all of it. As long
got
as we're
its
chasing
place.
animals.
Yeah, it's got its place, just like everything else.
Yes, sir.
So, man, I want to ask you, where do you see Tejas Hunt Club and Bar MC Media in 5 years from now? Like, what's the vision?
Oh man, I want to help people go hunting. I want to go hunting. I want to promote hunting. Like the vision is just to make sure that it's available for the next generation.
Yes.
Amen.
We're pretty involved in a lot of different organizations. I mean, SCI, different chapters, SCI West Texas, Texas Wildlife Association. I tell a lot of people too, man, people complain about not having access to hunts or not having land and stuff to hunt. I'm like, these people have banquets every year to raise money.
And they're looking for volunteers.
They're looking for volunteers, but also they have pretty awesome auctions that you're going to get. I mean, if you went in, like, say, some of these places, like, say, a African safari, like, if you and 3 buddies get in on an auction, you can pay for that and get it pretty cheap to go to Africa and go hunt, or even on some of the hunting ranches here in the U.S.
That's a good point
Like,
because
playing that game is pretty nice.
That's a good point because if you try to pay for that through a broker,
Yeah.
we did you go to the Hunter Extravaganza?
I've been, but I didn't get to go this past year.
we went up to Fort Worth this year to the one up there.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say who it was, but there was a hunt menu from a
big outfit.
a big outfitter.
Yeah.
That shit started off at about $4,500, and it worked its way down to $50K, and then it said call for pricing for some of these other hunts, and I'm like, who has money to do that?
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of people.
A lot of people do.
but like there's ways to do it. Like going to these shows, Dallas Safari Club, Texas Trophy Hunters, a lot of them have show specials, and a lot of them too is like, hey man, how about you just go hang out at their booth and meet them?
You gotta go.
You might make a new friend.
Right
that
place,
has
right time.
That has a lot of access to a lot of things.
Networking in this industry is huge. That's
Yeah.
the only thing. Yeah, you will not make it without networking.
I watched a guy. We were at the Houston Safari Club show because we had entered some photos that we took in the contest, their photo contest, and we were sitting at the table. And like that's another thing. Like sitting at these tables, you're sitting with different people that are like minded, that like the same stuff you do. Like you're gonna become friends. There was a guy sitting there that was like, he was a younger guy. And one of the auction items came up. It was a 7-day safari in Africa. It was a bunch of plains game like Impala, Blessed Buck, stuff like that. And like a lot of these people sitting in this room, like they've already made that trip. They're trying to hunt the big 5. They're trying to hunt stuff like that.
Yeah.
7 days, 6 animals for 2 hunters. That went for $900. He was on the phone.
$900.
He was on the phone with his brother and was like, "Hey, let's split this trip." So for $450 a piece, they got to go shoot 6 animals and spend 7 days in Africa.
Oh
now,
my
is
God.
every auction going to be like that?
No.
But that one was.
If
It's going to happen again. I
if
mean,
you're
they had
out
to
there-
pay your plane ticket and that kind of stuff, but they picked you up at the airport. They brought you back. You were guaranteed this amount of animals, and they were like, if you want to shoot other stuff, we can work that out too.
So, being a wing shooter, I got to ask you this: Would you go to Argentina or Mexico, anywhere South America dove hunting for dove hunt? Shoot dove only.
Yeah, I'd go to Mexico for sure. I'm actually trying to go to Mexico next year, hopefully.
We were damn near in Mexico a couple weekends ago.
Oh yeah,
but we're just shooting them coming over.
Exactly, they were in Mexico earlier.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to go to Mexico next year to do a dove hunt. I'd like to go to Argentina. It looks like fun, but I think I can get. There's some places that I found that I think I can get that same experience in Mexico that are a whole lot closer.
Yeah.
And not have to pay for the plane ticket. My mother-in-law and my father-in-law, they've been to Argentina and they've shot dove. And, yeah, it's cool till you get down there and then you're shooting. You're like, oh, yeah, it's awesome. I want to shoot that many dove. Well,
then
you
went
got
through
you got to pay for that.
boxes.
Yeah, that many shells, too. So
that's what they don't tell you. It's like, oh, yeah, well, you can shoot 1,500 doves.
It's $21 a box.
Yeah.
The average price.
Yeah.
I need $21 per bird.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't that bad.
It's $21 a box, and when they say you're going to shoot 1,000 birds today, you can shoot 1,000 birds.
Holy shit! So you can actually come back with them?
No.
No.
Oh, you're
you
not
don't come back with a
You
single
don't
one.
come back with a single one.
You're feeding the community,
Yeah.
just like Africa.
Yeah, a lot of the ones in Mexico, Argentina. I'm guessing that's how it's done.
Argentina, you definitely don't. Mexico's probably the same.
you're
You
not
can't
bringing
come
it
across
back.
that border with anything from.
Which is so crazy because those birds, they were here at some point.
Yeah.
Not all of them, not all of
Yeah,
them.
but it's-
I know, I get
Yeah.
it, but it's just
You're right. Yeah.
that shit drives me crazy though. That point,
Yeah, but I'd like to go and I'd do that for sure.
I just couldn't do it for dove.
Yeah,
It depends, bro. It depends. Think about
I like shooting shotguns though, so I think that's why.
Think about what Brandon's saying. Like, let's say an outfitter reached out to you. You're a content creator, Brandon. You're a content creator. Hey, I like what you guys do. I'd like you to come down to my outfit, and I'd like you to film, some content down here and promote my business.
Well, that's why I was asking because we had a couple guys.
We had some
from
guys
Argentina
reach
out, and we're like,
Man,
that's a long ways to shoot a bird, man.
Yeah,
but shooting 1,500, man.
Yeah.
It's a different
But-
experience, bro.
Yeah,
You talk about
honestly, but you can find so past couple years dove hunting, I love it. Like I'm gonna try and dove hunt.
That's
But
my first love.
I've been invited to this dove hunt that I go to up in Lubbock with a guy named Tim Willis and Brandon Brettermeyer, some guys I've met on Instagram, and Tim does this hunt in remembrance of his father and everything because his dad's birthday is on Labor Day weekend. So usually when dove season starts,
Yeah.
So
Mine's September 5th. I was born on Labor Day, so that's
Nice.
usually the same.
same
same
deal.
thing is like my birthday. I'm
You're going
hunting.
dove hunting,
Yeah.
yeah. But up there in North Texas, dude, in Lubbock, I mean, there's so many birds. Last year we shot.
Bro, I was watching your video and I was just like,
Last year we shot
he
1,300
ain't
birds.
he ain't gonna see nothing. He ain't gonna see nothing.
1,300?
We shot 1,300 birds in a
How
weekend.
many people do you have?
18.
Okay.
So mourning dove, white wing, and ringnecks,
I'm
and pigeons. So
I'm not doing math in public. But
Yeah. That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
Ringnecks are.
You heard me say we shot 1,300
Yeah.
birds. I didn't
Birds.
say we shot 1,300
Birds.
dove.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I was like. I'm not gonna do the math right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Your math ain't mathing.
It's off. Exactly.
No, but I was watching your videos, man, and I was like, okay, so they got ringnecks, they got all that, so there ain't no limit on those, man.
No, sir. Them no count birds. That's what we call them.
Yeah.
And we stacked them up. But like I said, you can find those places. South Texas, you go to Dilley, Pearsall, you can find good groups of birds
You,
like
you
that.
was talking about that.
Yeah, Dilly
Yeah.
is where I want to get the group together.
Yeah, you can find good birds. I mean, if you have food, there's gonna be birds there.
Yeah.
Like that's the main thing in Texas. Like there's no shortage of dove here.
No. I've never been big into dove hunting until the past 2 years. Ben's always loved dove hunting, and he
Yeah.
talked to me about it. Like, oh man, dove hunting's huge here. It's blah blah blah, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, it's a bird. Never. Well, I mean, I've been dove hunting, but not the way.
It's the community
is.
thing.
Yeah,
I
the
think,
social
'cause you can
aspect
talk,
of it.
You can have that was one of the we used to. I had a buddy down in the valley that farmed down there, and we used to go special white wing season and hunt down there, and get a big group of friends, get an Airbnb, and
That's
just
what
hunt.
we do.
But it's like now, like, you have other people that are putting on dove hunts and stuff, and I mean that's cool. Like, I applaud it. I like it. I'd like to do the same thing to get more people out there. But I think that's what's kind of made it cooler. Like for instance,
It's such a blast.
During
fun.
same deal COVID or whatever. 24/7 Hunt Crew. Have y'all seen them out of Georgia?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so it's a bunch of guys out of Georgia. They're black guys, but they hunt.
Oh, I have.
And
They
they're
hunt.
kind of like
They hunt everything.
–
Rabbits.
So,
Dude, I want to hang out with those guys. I want to be invited to the cookout.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
it is so much. So my wife and I, we were like, we didn't have a dove spot, like, at all.
Yeah.
And it was the second year that they had their dove hunt, and I was like, hey, you want to drive to Georgia? You want to go dove hunt?
Dude, they're a big group.
And
Yeah.
we're like, and she's like, you really want to go all the way to Georgia? I was like, we've never been to Georgia. Let's just go hunt.
Yeah, that's fun.
And so, like, and she was like, okay, she got on there and she was like, there's only so many tickets left. I'm like, get them. We'll go. And we'll find an Airbnb and all this other kind of stuff. And we drove to Georgia just to go dove hunting. And it was more about just like,
It's a social aspect.
just driving and going out there.
Yeah.
Like, we sat there because, like, we didn't really know anybody. And I talked to them a little bit. So on social, like, when they were coming up, so they kind of knew me. So we got to hang out with them. Like, we didn't have anywhere else to go. Like, a lot of the people then for that dove hunt lived around there. There wasn't as many people driving in for that dove hunt. So, like, the people that drove in, they were like, hey, come hang out at the house. Like, I've been to Renard's house. He showed me, him and Aubrey went and walked me through their kennels and showed me how they built everything and all that kind of stuff.
That's what's
like,
so cool about the like-minded community.
Yep.
Is like everybody will just, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Color, race, religion, it doesn't. Come on, buddy, let's go.
But it was so cool because they're in Macon County, Georgia, and, like, peach country.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking when you woke up in the morning and you're driving, you could smell peach.
man.
That's awesome, dude.
Like, it was so cool to hunt there, and it's like, just go do it.
Yeah, just go do it.
Yeah, if you can make it happen, just go do it.
I took off on a trip with one of my really good friends now. When I first met him, this is how I met him. He was like, we worked together, and he's like, hey, I was asking around who likes to hunt and fish. Everybody pointed towards you. And I just won a ice fishing trip up to Minnesota on Red Lake. Do you want to go? Yeah, I'll go. When we leaving? 2 days. Go home, tell the wife, hey, I'm going to Minnesota for a week. I'll be back.
Yeah.
And you just go up there and you just do that. And when we drove up there, same thing. People just took us in, and we're lifelong friends now, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's how it's gonna go. Like, I still talk for my bachelor party. I mean, I was kind of not one of the last guys in my friend group to get married or anything like that, but we've been together for forever. But like, I was like, we had done everything. We've been to Fort Worth, we've been to San Antonio, Houston, like, friends that went to Vegas and do all that kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, I want to do something cool. I was like, what do you want to do, man? I was like, let's go hunt iguanas.
Yeah.
Florida?
In Florida.
Get
Yeah.
them air
And
rifles.
my buddies are
busy.
like, oh, sorry. My buddy's like, what? I'm like, yeah, let's go hunt iguanas.
Yeah,
let's
that's
go. Let's go tarpon fishing one day, and we'll go hunt iguana hunting the next day.
Damn, we going to be friends, bro.
And I was there like, all right, cool. So we went and shot iguanas with not Python Cowboy, but like his crew. He wasn't there.
Oh, yeah.
But his crew. So
Is he the skinny guy, real skinny dude?
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
his
yeah.
dog that just passed away. So the dog, the female that he bred her to was the dog that we hunted with that day.
Wow.
So Rogue. So she was pretty good. So we went and shot iguanas one day, and we went tarpon fishing the next day.
Bro, that's a good
Or vice versa. We went tarpon fishing first, and then we went iguana hunting.
that's a good couple days.
A little cast and blast.
What y'all do with those iguanas? Y'all, I seen they use them for chum a lot.
So
I didn't,
funny thing was, we had a full plan of like, hey, we're gonna try this iguana. We're gonna do it, and we're like, okay, cool. We get there, and for some reason they were like running late, and they had to switch boats. And when they got there, they didn't have an ice chest on the boat. So like, I'm gonna eat iguana, but I'm not gonna eat the iguanas that have been on the deck of this boat.
yeah, they've been
for
out in
a
the
few
Florida
hours.
sun for 8 hours.
I'm not doing that.
Nah.
But yeah, dude, that I'm telling, if you don't go iguana hunting in Florida, you're missing out.
So is it more of iguana shooting or iguana hunting?
Oh, you're hunting. Like, you got to hunt them because you're shooting, but like, you can't for the first 45 minutes. You ain't gonna find one. Like, it's like picking them out because they're in broad daylight.
Oh, you got
sunning.
You got to train the eyes.
You got to
to
train
pick
your
it.
eye because
Yeah.
they're in green trees.
Yeah,
and most
yeah.
of them are green, and then like all you're gonna catch is like a little orange, and you'll be like, oh, there's a tail. Where's the rest of them? And like, oh, there he is. And then like you can pull up to some trees, and they're just like drooping with them. And then some trees are like there's one or two in there, and you got to find them. And then you got to shoot between the trees and the branches and the homeless people and everything else that are going on. But yeah, like we pulled up in one of them drooping trees and we saw it. We were coming like, oh my gosh, look how many's in there. And we just started firing in there. And then as soon as these people were like, hey, we're in here. And it was like homeless people. Like
Thanks
that
for
were
the food, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, scooping
but like,
them up.
That was so much fun. Like
That sounds like a good time.
and now I'm sure it's more expensive because the popularity it's gotten.
Yeah.
But like, 1,300 for full day?
Dude.
Per person?
No, like a group.
For the group? Okay.
For the group, so you just split it. Like it was 4 of us. I don't mean it's my bachelor party, so I didn't pay for it.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
But-
I'm here for the fun.
But
That's
I would go back for
Yeah.
sure. Like
That's
to
cool,
do that
man.
again. Like we still have contact with the guy.
Dude, let's do it.
with
I
tarpon
know, right?
fishing, too.
Want to do it?
That sounds like fun, dude.
Yeah.
Let's do
Y'all
it.
shooting air rifles?
Yeah, air rifles, and I mean you're in the middle of town.
Yeah.
Like we were shooting and looking at the stoplight with people crossing traffic.
That's bananas.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's crazy. Florida's a crazy place. Like, we saw the first iguana within like 10 minutes. Like, we left the airport. Like, it's funny. You see, they always show you like Miami, you know, like in the movies and everything.
Yeah.
When you leave that airport, boy, you're in Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's Miami.
Damn, I want to see it.
Right outside the airport.
And I want to, you were talking about hunting iguana and in the city, and you know it's not the city, but it's civilization. You know what I mean? It's so different, and we got to go in the tarpon run.
Yeah,
Like you know,
Dude,
just
it's
pair it up. You know,
So the fall, like right now, would be a good time to go for the tarpon, according to the guy that we went with.
Yeah.
But we went in January, and I mean we still found tarpon. It's not gonna be
That's cool,
the
though.
fly fishing,
Yeah.
like out on the flats tarpon. But we trolled, like we were in the middle of high rises.
Okay.
Like in the waterways, and I mean, there's tarpon rolling everywhere. Like it's
Damn.
crazy. Like I mean, there's tarpon there all year round. But of course, going to fish it during the run with the minnows and everything would be the best time
That's
to go.
the target
But
time.
you can still go find tarpon year round there.
They're there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here with us, man. We had to do this in studio, so I wanted you to come down. We really did have a good time talking, and we can go for hours.
Yes, sir.
But I tell you what, man, why don't you let the people know how to find you on, and we'll put your links in the description and everything, but let the people know where they can find you on socials and YouTube.
Yeah, so Tejas Hunt Club on Instagram and YouTube. My Instagram is McDow_Brandon. You can follow me there. You can follow, the Tejas page and everything. I guess the biggest thing, like I said, we're just trying to show people that there is opportunity out there if you want to go hunt. Like I said, we work with a lot of different organizations, the Adult Learn to Hunt program, all kinds of different stuff. So just trying to pass on information, pass on knowledge, show y'all the real hunting stuff. I mean, of course, I like producing. I am a video camera guy. Like, I love making stuff look good, but I also want to, pass on the real stuff about it too. Like, it's working in the industry, had the good and the bad, the discounts, and, staying up late nights, editing videos, losing footage, storage solutions, like cameras breaking. I mean, we've kind of done it a little bit of it all. So, if you're looking to get in the industry, definitely hit me up. I'll try my best to point you in the right direction, tell you some other people to follow, to learn from. And if you're just looking to get opportunities hunting, I got a lot of buddies that guide, outfit, all that kind of stuff. So
I just want to add, don't forget that Texas Farms and Ranches page.
Oh, yeah,
as
Texas
well.
Farms and Ranches. If you're into agriculture, farm and ranch life, anything like that, we promote that as well. Because, I mean, I love Texas. If you look at my page, if you look at anything, I love Texas, and I like being from it. I like telling people about it.
That's right.
If people ask me, like we were in another country, like we were in Belize, they're like, "Where y'all from?" Texas.
Yep.
Like that.
That's the thing. They all know where. If you say I'm from Arkansas, they're like, "Where's that?"
Yeah, exactly. But like everybody knows where Texas is. So, like I said, I enjoyed coming and talking to y'all. It was a lot of fun, kind of being on the other end of the podcast deal. Yeah. I like it. But y'all definitely some good dudes. I've been checking out y'all's content too. I've been like looking at it and wish I would have seen it a whole lot sooner. But it was a good time.
We're gonna look for some pointers from you after this.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Well, the bad stuff and the good stuff. I'll tell you what not to do and all the fails that I've had so far. But yeah, it's been fun. I think we got some more stuff coming here soon. Just waiting to,
Cooking
set some
right now.
stuff
It's just
down.
cooking.
Yeah, it's cooking. It's marinating.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a lot of exciting stuff, and hopefully, get to partner with y'all on some stuff and just promote hunting and fishing and living this lifestyle, shooting guns, America, having fun,
Merc.
Hell yeah.
Texas.
Yeah,
All
we
the
always
good
say
stuff.
it. We always say it in this room. You can't look in any direction and not tell you're in Texas.
Yeah,
We're Texas
exactly.
boys too,
Texas,
man.
yeah.
For sure.
Well, Brandon, it's been a pleasure having you here, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We hope to have Brandon back on, and maybe we'll join him on his podcast. So make sure that you're following both channels. Make sure you tune in every week because we're bringing new content your way. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.